You know, I just finished watching Current Affairs on Channel 2, 9, 7, even SBS and Channel 10. And Sky News and so forth. And I like to be informed. And today I see that 140 Australians, prominent Australians, come out and signed a petition to have the introduction of carbon taxation. And one of them was John Hewson. Another one was Malcolm Fraser. Former Liberal leaders. Now let's select that word again. Former Liberal leaders. One was Prime Minister, or was Prime Minister. The other one was, and also ran, John Hewson. And John Hewson is entitled to his opinion like anybody else as a private citizen in this country. And he came out and said he was an Australian first and a member of the Liberal Party second. Well, I don't doubt that John Hewson is an Australian first. So am I. And always have been. But that's where John Hewson and I separate on that one. John Hewson's not a member of the Liberal Party. Not now. Not after what he said. And the leader of the party is Tony Abbott, the federal leader in the House of Representatives is Tony Abbott. John Hewson no longer belongs in Parliament and doesn't run in Parliament. So now he's a private citizen with his own opinions. But that doesn't get away from the fact that John Hewson is allowed an opinion. But on carbon trading or taxation, and particularly in carbon taxation, John Hewson has walked away from the Liberal Party. So reality is he's just thrown his membership down the toilet. Well, fair enough. Okay. He supports the federal government, a minority federal government that doesn't have a mandate to introduce carbon taxation. So John Hewson's idea is that the majority of Australians who do not support Julia Gillard in carbon taxation, well, according to John Hewson, that's not right. That we should accept the elitist idea on carbon taxation. Why? Isn't my opinion just as valid as John Hewson's, another private citizen? My opinion on carbon taxation? Isn't my opinion on this issue just as valid as Malcolm Fraser's? Of course it is. And far be it from me, I don't live in eco-friendly house or an eco mansion that I can afford to have solar panels and have this huge mansion like Kate Blanchett does in California. I don't have that ability. I'm just an ordinary working class bloke in the suburbs of Brisbane, and I'm going to get hit with an extra taxation if carbon taxation is allowed to continue. How does that affect me? Well, it affects me quite literally in the hip pocket every day of the week, every fortnight, every week, every day. I will be affected by carbon taxation, just like every other Australian will be. And Kate Blanchett can sit in her $50 million mansion over in California and make predictions about carbon taxation. And this mansion, $50 million mansion, Apparently it's got more solar panels on it than the Hubble telescope. And yeah, incredible. But I'm not envious of Kate Blanchett by any means or another. Good luck to her. But that doesn't mean she has a valid opinion any more than I do. We had Anthony Albanese in Parliament today, standing up in front of Tony Abbott and saying that Tony Abbott was the no-sayer, the no-sayer, the no-sayer. And in fact, is Tony Abbott deflected that commentary quite well. And Anthony Albanese, the more he, like a pit bull terrier, looked like Joseph Goebbels. And talking about Joseph Goebbels, there was an old saying by him: the more and more you tell a lie in propaganda, the more and more people will start believing it's the truth. And Albanese has been known to tell a few porkies in his time. And quite reality is that it's still the Australian taxpaying voter who should be deciding this issue. And Tony Abbott is correct. This government that we have now did not go to Parliament or elected into Parliament with a mandate to introduce carbon taxation. It never sought that in the last federal election, never had it. So, accordingly to Tony Abbott, to sort this problem out, take us to a federal election. Give us a federal election, Julia Gillard. If you believe that the Australian public are foursquare behind your plans to introduce carbon taxation, then let's settle the issue and take it to a federal election. If you think the Australian people are foursquare behind the government introduction of a ETS, then let's take it to a federal election. What are you so scared of? After all, us deniers are nothing more than just, what, radicals, extremists. We're environmental vandals. So, okay, we're all that, but let's have it out. Let's have it properly done. Let's have a mandate in place, a federal election, to either approve carbon taxation or an ETS, or both. Let's do it. Come on, Labor. Come on, Greens. Come on, you socialists. You want to meet us on the ballot box on this one? Or are you going to run scared like chickens? Like children. Run around like children. And you call us environmental vandals, you call us flat earthers, you call us deniers. Well, come on. Bring on a federal election and let's see. And John Hewson and Malcolm Fraser can say what they like, and Kate Blanchett can say what they like, and even Uncle Harry from the Sullivans, Michael Caton, can say what he likes. Fine. But let's settle the dust on this one. Let's do it properly. Seek that mandate in a federal election. Because you haven't got it at the moment, you won't have until you do that federal election. So bye folks, that's my opinion for what it's worth. Whether you agree with it or not, that's politics and that's democracy. Let's have that dust settled on having a federal election. What are you so scared about? Because you know it will be defeated. And you know it. Anyway, Have a good day, folks. Bye now.